Hello, beautiful being. I'm Trini, and welcome to In Her Dreams. Welcome to your reading. I'm grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. I'm going to take a moment to anoint the energy with my I Choose Me ritual blend for self-love, because I'm picking up on some confusion that people have been trying to throw your way, deceiving you into thinking that there's something you need to focus on other than you and your true divine path. Those are illusions, and we're letting them go. You vibrate on a frequency of divine love. You are wise, and you remain focused on the things that serve your highest good. Ashe. So must it be on all dimensions. You choose you. Even though there's somebody who wants you to not choose you, I see that. I pulled a couple cards from this deck, the Lantern Oracle. I love it. It's got lots of deep healing messages in it. But the 4 cards I pulled, the first one is Wishful Expectations. And then Confusion. That's that confusion that someone's been trying to send your way regarding something about your home, your stability, your security. This could be home, finances, your community, or where you live. There have been attacks sent your way to try to get you to make certain decisions regarding your home, your finances, your security. And that's because somebody knows that you have massive blessings on the way, and they see that you've already been very blessed. And so they don't want you to see what awaits you. They want you to see an illusion of misery, of pain, of suffering. This is all about your intention, okay? Because Divine says that your intentions are stronger than those of your opponents, of those who try to throw trickery and deceit your way. Your intentions, your energy is stronger. It's more high vibe than theirs. You may have felt like your vibration was being tested. Your ability to maintain a high vibe state has perhaps been tested, okay? But this whole process is about you coming home to yourself. Coming home to your truth, realizing that you have the power to separate fact from fiction in your world. You don't have to give in to illusions. You don't have to see your life from a low vibe perspective and then therefore not enjoy your life. You have the power to set an intention to love your life and to rise above all of the attacks that have been sent your way. You have the power to do that. And your power to live in your divine truth is so much more powerful, so much greater than any energy that is sent your way from a demonic entity or someone with some sort of demonic attachment that's trying to siphon your energy. You're stronger than they are. And you have ascended higher than them. Divine is just reminding you of that. This card, 36, you may have been seeing the number 36, 36, okay? This is that confusion that they've been trying to send, an enemy, an opponent. This is someone who is either in your community around you, or in your family, or in a work environment, okay? But there have been towers that you've experienced that were associated with this person. Divine, tell me about this confusion and chaos that was being sent to this beautiful being. All right, this one stood up. This is regarding home, family, or a union with the Four of Wands there. Okay. There was a lot of motivation here to distract you with the Ace of Wands. Right there by Four of Wands. Someone was trying to impact your sense of courage, your sense of passion, your motivation to do the things that are truly meant for you. These are attacks that were meant to knock you down. What I'm hearing is humbling. They wanted to humble you. Why did they want to humble them? Why? Because you're a very balanced individual, a very beautiful, patient, loving, and balanced being. And this person or these entities that were testing you, they don't have balance and patience in their world. They don't have any temperance in their world. They have seen you in a light where you're shining, as that Six of Wands, where you've received some sort of recognition or praise. There's something that you've been honored for. Okay? Someone has honored you. And they see that. They see evidence of that. Let's have it go. This is your will to move forward after making plans. People have observed you slowing down and then continuing forward, being tested. They saw that a couple of times you had to stop and observe and weigh in on what was going on. You got your plan straight, and then you always move forward though. That's why they're still admiring you. But they want you to feel humbled because they don't like that you receive praise. They don't like that they can see that your path is very abundant and beautiful. I feel like there's been interactions regarding children with this situation. Someone may have involved children in a conflict, and that made you feel like you had to balance things. It led you to a space where you had to really figure out what was going on and regroup. You had to regroup. You had to figure out what step you were going to take next, because perhaps you wanted to protect a child in this situation. You wanted to make sure that they were not in harm's way. You wanted to keep any sort of nonsense or chaos to a minimum, because you are an empathic being. You have empathy, you have grace, you have dignity, and that's where you vibe. But there are people around you who have not upheld that sort of respect for youth and for the innocence of youth. So if this was a situation where your children were involved or they were impacted, I want to see what Divine says about that moving forward. Okay, you've got a King of Wands here. There could be someone's energy here that's fiery, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or this could be your energy. I feel like this could represent anger. There could have been sort of a volatile vibe surrounding this conflict. Got Seven of Swords and Page of Swords. This is some dirty energy. Because with me asking about the children, it's like indecent energy with this Page of Swords. This could be a person who is starting trouble, spying, tapping into your energy, perhaps being very nosy, way too curious. And there was betrayal here that happened as well. With that Home card, I wouldn't be surprised if this was like a community situation or a situation within your family. It could be opposing energies related to a union, a marriage, a romantic bond. Yeah, there's somebody who's, they're not having a good family situation here. There's Eight of Cups and Ten of Cups. So I feel like someone is really unhappy with their own home situation. Perhaps there's been some distance created in a marriage or in a union. And their Eight of Cups, or their Ten of Cups, is gone. It's walked away. They know that they will not have harmony in love, harmony in their union, harmony in their home. Their emotional connections are completely toxic. And this feels like a situation where it's gone on for a long time and it's gone very far. It's like a lot of separation and distance there. And so with this person experiencing this longing, this sadness because of their Eight of Cups, because their love has been turned upside down, and they're experiencing this separation, they want to create drama for someone else. They may have been tuning into your energy on a very regular basis, trying to start trouble because they know that their Ten of Cups is over. Please clarify this, Divine. This is you and your self-love. You are a beautiful representation of someone who chooses themselves, okay? You choose you. And even in those moments where you were tested, you still made your self-love look really good. Because it's genuine and it's for real. Yeah, there's a flying monkey here. There might be someone that you have come into contact with that is associated with someone who's just pure evil. But that flying monkey is sort of like, tell me more, Spirit. Tell me about this flying monkey. They want to be close to you because you're an earth angel. They want to connect with you because they see your positive energy. But the question is, do they deserve it? I don't tend to fuck with flying monkeys because they're very much like the narcissist that they hung around and supported. too much alike, you know. Entity attachment. There's, oh, an evil eye. There's someone here who is not the core person that was stirring trouble up in your life. That feels like a pure narcissist. This is someone who is trying to come around because they admire your self-love. But at the end of the day, they are a flying monkey. And they do play both sides of the fence, okay? Both sides. I feel like they're still very much too close to that narcissist, the big time troublemaker, right? The one who is working 24/7 to manipulate shit, right? This flying monkey is still sending the evil eye. I feel like Divine is saying to completely separate yourself from the nonsense. Completely separate yourself from the nonsense. There's someone who is trying to work rituals against you. Okay, we've got the voodoo card and destruction. So there's magic that someone's trying to use to bring destruction to you. It won't work as long as you do not associate with the people who are trying to do that. Yeah, you've had your awakening, and these other people around you are being encouraged. They've been given an opportunity to flow with their awakening energy, but they're not answering the call. And so you got a lot of people around you who are still stuck and who might present themselves as just nice enough to get back in your good graces. And then before you know it, some shit's hitting the fan all over again. And you've been reeled back into some mess or some nonsense that you have worked really hard to move away from. Okay? Thank you, Spirit. Tell me more. What does this beautiful being need to know? Okay, that flipped up, so I'm gonna go with it. The number 38 or 38, you might be seeing that. You also might be seeing 11, 11, 11, 3 plus 8. There's someone here who's working really hard to try to deceive you. And I keep getting that this is for two reasons. One, it's because there's a narcissist that's working behind the scenes here, still working to get someone to reach out to you for some nefarious reason because they want to deceive you. But this narcissist has experienced, and their flying monkey has experienced, a lot of sad energy, disappointing energy in their own home. And so that's why they continue to have eyes on you and what you've got going. Also because they continue to observe that you're experiencing blessings. And they don't like that. They want to stop your blessings because they've stopped their own. I also see that this energy that they're trying to send your way, this is what they have in their home. Deceit, destruction. Look, all these things that they've been trying to send to you, destruction, deceit, this 7 of Swords, all of that they're trying to send you, they're completely engulfed in those vibes in their own home. They have no emotional harmony. They have no nurturing connections that they can enjoy, that they can benefit from, that they can grow from. And so they come to you with exactly what it is that they can't handle anymore in their own home, hoping to have you feel just a little bit of the misery that they feel every day. That's their goal. That's their goal. Let me pull from this. Oh, look. Moving. First of all, you're moving on. Somebody might be moving. They want to. The question is, can they? Because somewhere in here, there's a lot of poverty energy. Luck is on your side. Divine says to say yes to your good luck. Say yes to your path. Because these people wanted you saying no, no, no. You're moving on. You're moving on. You might be moving to a new location. Someone around you that has been miserable may be moving. It's time. It's time. You've got health and gold digger. Okay, so this is very clear to me because I've been hearing, like on those court shows, I keep hearing this loop. And it says, you are not the father. You are not the father. Like in a very dramatic way, right? With this health card and gold digger, there's somebody here who, there are questions of paternity. There are questions of paternity. So there's somebody that you know that has caused trouble for you, or some sort of unnecessary gossip or drama or chaos. And this individual is, they're pregnant. But they're not pregnant by the person they're saying that they're pregnant by. Yeah, it's getting good, Delilah, ain't it? They're not yeah. This Seven of Wands, they want to block some information from coming out. This is a Page of Wands. This could be a fire sign or just a really feisty person. This is also about some communication that they want blocked with that Seven of Wands and then Page of Wands right there. They want something blocked. They don't want something to come out. They don't want something to be known. Perhaps with a King of Swords. They don't want anything to interrupt their flow, their ability to shine, to show off. And they're afraid that if the truth comes out about the paternity of their child, their unborn child, they're afraid that they're going to be blocked from some sort of money or benefit. Yeah, somebody's pregnant by the person they're not saying they're pregnant by. This person is going to experience a lot of chaos and confusion. You've got the Death card here. They're not listening to their intuition, with the Death being right there by the High Priestess. By trying to create all of these illusions with Seven of Cups, they're going to tire themselves out and end up in the Ten of Swords. So whoever this is that is pregnant and trying to conceal the truth about their baby or who the baby's father is it's going to end up in complete misery for them. Okay, because I can see there's some sort of financial benefit that they want to gain from this. This could also be them wanting to control two people. Like they might end up telling one father that he's the father, and then telling the other father that he's the father, other father. But they're trying to keep the story separate so that they can work both ends, both people, okay, to gain financially somehow. But that's why earlier what was coming through was that Six of Cups, where this is a person who's using the energy of children in a very disgusting way. Okay? Because this is a person who also caused a lot of grief for you. That Six of Cups there, there are children involved here. And it's a situation where there are children who should be protected and defended, and they're being used. Divine, show me the guidance here for this beautiful being. Yeah. Divine says, after this time of your tower, you experience towers because of these deceitful, lying people. Divine is saying that you should move forward without any hesitation towards your star energy. Because you've been healing. You've been repairing those parts of yourself that were so wounded. And I feel like you had layers of wounds. There were wounds that happened originally, and then this situation brought back a lot of pain that you've experienced, and none of it was just. None of the pain that you experienced was fair to you, but it was beneficial, because Divine says that you are expanding and you are ascending. Your energy is beautiful, and it's because of what you've been through. You might ask sometimes, why do I have to go through this? Because pain is the biggest inspiration for the human spirit to evolve. And you've taken your pain and you have risen above it, and you keep doing that. Divine is saying to be very, to exercise your self-discipline. If there are any attempts still from these beings to try to provoke you, take the route of peace. Take the route of peace and really truly remind yourself that no one, especially these mofos, they are not worth your time. They are not worth your energy. Hell, they're not worth your breath. You don't have to waste any energy on someone who has been trying to provoke you or trying to upset your world in any way. You don't have to do that. Okay? Also, Divine is saying that it's very wise for you to distance yourself from these beings, because there is a lot of death energy that's surrounding them. Okay? On the 29th of March, we've got the new moon in Aries, and there's a partial solar eclipse. This is wrapping up sagas, events that have gone on for about the past 2 years. Okay? So if there is something that has been going on in your life that you're just like, I need this to be over with, express gratitude to the universe for the lessons that you have learned and manifest that conclusion. Because the stars are aligning, the planets are aligning for us to release, 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 release. Okay. And Divine says, even when you look around you and you say, you know, why do I still see these people? Why are they gone? Why can't they go away and stay away? Divine says that when you notice that, they're still there, there's still something to be learned, to be practiced. Okay, so there's still a lesson in self-discipline. There's still a lesson in reminding yourself that no one owns your mind. No one owns your emotions. No one can excite you, thrill you, hurt you without your permission. Okay, these beings that keep coming back to you, it's because they know the wealth that you have. They know the blessings that are in store for you. And they want to take that. They want to distract your focus. They feel that if they can take away your focus, they can take away your dreams. They feel that if they take away your focus, they can take away your success. But what they don't realize is that your success, your dreams are protected. And there's no one that can interfere with that. You've been through too much. You've learned too many lessons to give it all up on some nonsense. And that's exactly what these people are, is nonsense, okay? And honestly, with this paternity, who the daddy situation, and these situations surrounding children not being treated with respect and with dignity and decency, these people have way too much to be concerned with without even thinking about you. Okay? That's the problem, is that you have become their focus. You have become their obsession and their focus. But all they're going to experience as they continue on that path, if they choose to continue on that path, is absolute destruction. They are destroying their lives, and they can see evidence of that. They can see evidence of their lives just spiraling. It's not a good look, and they need to stop. But regardless, you've got the lessons, and you're learning and growing and expanding no matter what. No matter what they do. Okay? Thank you, Divine. All right, you got the empathy card. I already know you're empathic. I told you you were. Divine is encouraging you to see both sides of a situation, and really to, when you see pitiful people around you that are starving for attention, that are starving for approval, that are starving for even just conflict, because to them conflict means love. It's twisted, but that's what they've learned, is that when they are able to create conflict and get somebody's feathers all ruffled, that's when they feel like they are getting attention and they're getting love. But that's because they don't understand how true love feels. And so they have locked in on your energy, trying to get something from you that you are never going to give them, because you are an empathic person. And I feel like with these people, you're never going to like lose your cool with them, because that's what they've wanted to see. You're never going to do that, because that's just not you. And plus you realize that they're not worth it. But you will shut them out of your life. And perhaps you already have. I feel like this is something that's already been done and handled by you, but they've tried you by coming back. Okay? Even if it's in your memory or in your mind's eye or in your dream state that you're seeing this person, okay, they have been trying to tune into your energy, and it's not something that they're going to be able to continue to do without completely destroying their own lives. It's like they can stay focused on you if they want to, but this is what they're manifesting in their world. Slowly but surely. And there's poverty of all kinds. Spiritual poverty, financial poverty. All right. Divine is saying to embrace your imagination at this time. And to really, like what keeps coming back is self-discipline. When your mind goes to an old situation that doesn't serve you to think about, or when your thoughts sort of trail off to something that causes anxiety that you feel when you think about it, use your power of self-discipline to guide your thoughts, to take your mental state from a place of worry and anxiety to a place of imagination and creation. Okay? That's what you're being guided to do. Also, with that empathy, just realize that these people don't know what they're doing. They literally, like, they don't know what they're doing. They're lost. And they feel like you are the way home. But, you know what? If you want to live somewhere, you need to respect it. If you want a home, you need to respect it. And they have not respected you. They have not respected your peace. And so for them to want to come to you as if you were going to comfort them and give them the feeling of home. Divine says patience is so important at this time. Patience with yourself, patience with your path, and knowing that everything happens in divine order. Because things are folding in exactly the time and in exactly the way that they're supposed to for you. Okay? Freedom. I was just working with Lilith earlier. Ashe Lilith. She brings us freedom. And Divine says that you are free. And you're going to understand that more and more as the days go by, that you really are free. There's something that you might think that you have to be concerned about, that you really don't. Divine, what is this beautiful being concerned or worried about? Message. It might be about communication. You might be worried about receiving some communication from somebody that you really don't want to hear from, or having an encounter with someone that you really don't want. But Divine says that you have already been through the tests. You've been through the tests that have shown and proven that you have self-discipline, you have self-control, and you live with honor and integrity. So there's nothing that you need to fear because you've passed all the tests. You have been tested, but you've passed those tests. Okay. Yeah, Divine is asking you to be honest with yourself about some things that should be forbidden. Okay, as far as connecting with people that no longer offer you any sort of peace or any sort of positive energy. Okay? Be honest with yourself about some things that you really would benefit from no longer associating with or having anything to do with. Okay? This is also saying that as you're honest with yourself, okay, as you're true to who you are and doing the things that you love and that you are inspired to create, you're going to have access to forbidden realms. Okay? So realms that you could not access before, you are going to access. You're going to have more vivid dreams, and more beings will visit you in your dream state. Of course, you're protected, so you're protecting your third eye, you're protecting your connection with the astral realm when you're sleeping, and beyond the astral realm as well. But you're going to have more spirit visitations, so you're going to receive more information from other dimensions, and it's going to be really magical. Divine says don't worry about any messages or communication in the physical realm, because you've got so many coming to you on the astral realm and beyond that those earthly attachments and toxic vibes, you don't even need to think about that anymore. That's not something that could ever stop you. Okay? I got all these cards right here. Okay, I want to pull for creative energy. I'm really focusing on that. Oh, especially for the new moon in Aries. Okay, yeah. Don't get caught up in any competition with this 5 of create. There's nobody that you need to compete with. Somebody might feel like they need to compete with you. I understand that, because you all that. Of course they want to compete with you. But don't get in your head about that. Don't give in to any sort of toxic, competitive vibes, okay? A lot of jealous, envious people just want to compete. And then they get frustrated when they try to compete with you. And this could have already, you may have already observed this. Maybe somebody was trying to compete with you and then you blew it out the park, okay? You knocked it out the park, blew it out the water, okay? And you did the damn thing. And now it's very obvious that you do it better. Now they're mad, okay? And then that's when usually people start saying little ugly things and stuff, because if they couldn't perform better than you, or if they couldn't prove that they were better than you, then they want to humble you. And that came through earlier, that they wanted to humble you. So please don't pay attention to any sort of dumb nonsense regarding competition with your creative inspiration and what it is that you love to do and what you want in life, because that's just jealousy. That John B song is coming to mind. Put it out your mind, cause it's jealousy. Yeah, it's just jealousy. I forgot the name of the song. I have to look it up. Okay, you've got Teen of Create. Divine is saying to run with your creative ideas. Run with it. Okay? Don't walk. Run. There's focus that you need to have on your goals at this time, where you are actively creating. So like you might stop and set goals and then create and then rest and then set some goals, create and then rest. Okay, so you're going to find your rhythm with your creative flow, and you are going to be able to sprint. Like there might be some things that you've wanted to do, you've wanted to create, but look, you got that teenager energy where you can just get it all done. You know, don't wear yourself out now, pace yourself. But there's definitely going to be an increase in your energy for creation. Okay, so take that and run with it. You're going to be able to get a lot done. Okay, you've got the Fool, so there's something here that's starting, that's brand new. But I feel like this is also a new evolution. It's like a new level to something that you've already been doing or hoping for, but this is your new beginning with your creative energy. Okay, Divine says you have all that you need, and you're on skates. Like you're gonna make it look easy. It doesn't mean that it's always gonna feel easy moving forward with your goals, but you make it look good. You make it look really good. Okay, and look at all that's behind her. You've got enough experience behind you where you are able to move forward with confidence. Please move forward with confidence. And then you've got the Wheel. This is your Wheel of Fortune. Okay, this is you experiencing cycles and cycles and cycles of abundance. And Divine is saying to remain open to the blessings that are in store for you, because they might not all look the way that you had envisioned them, but they'll be exactly what's needed. Okay, also you are royal. Okay, you are royal and you are divine. That crown there, remember that when you're creating. Remember that you are royal. Okay, that you are blessed and you are a divine being that creates beautiful things. Remind yourself of that. Okay, Divine, let me see here. How are we going to end for this one? I think I should do a crystal. Oh, I was waking her up. Go back to sleep, baby girl. Okay, so let's pick a crystal spirit and see which crystal is talking to us today. Okay, thank you, Spirit. What crystal is coming forward for this beautiful being to support them on their journey? Okay, oh, fluorite and black tourmaline. Okay, I'm going to show you all of them, and then I'll read one. You've got fluorite. Oh, that's a great one. There we go. I had to get the light on it just right. We've got black tourmaline. That's great for protection. Okay, black tourmaline. And blue. Oh, you got 4. Blue chalcedony. I love all the blue crystals. They're so soothing. So soothing. And you've also got blue lace agate. I love that one. Blue lace agate. I'm going to read that one. Okay, let's see what the blue lace agate spirit is bringing forward. Okay, we've got 12. The number 12 might be significant to you. 1 2 1 2, 12 12, or even 21 21. Okay. All right, let's see what we got. Peaceful, acceptance, stress-free. I say to that, right? Non-attachment, freedom from unnecessary dramas. I heard that. This was the one. Blue lace agate, Ashe. Although crystals seem solid and permanent, all things on this earth change over time, even the minerals and the rocks. Transformation can be slow and nearly imperceptible, but we are always changing. Our lives flow like a river, slowly or quickly, but always in motion, and that's a good thing. The appearance of blue lace agate spirit calls for you to embrace the possibility of change without stress. You are living above stress, beautiful being. You are not too old, too late, too stuck in your ways, too anything. You are enough, and you will have help as you dare to be different and step into a new destiny. See, that's your Fool card right there. Your new destiny. Ashe. Finding your purpose with peace in your heart instead of living according to the old patterns probably created long before you even thought about your habits and belief systems. Why hold on to a past that causes you stress and anxiety? It's already changing anyway. It is. It is, okay? New beginnings and letting go of the old. Change is coming. Change is here. Impermanence is the nature of everything. That's right. Your situation that you've been going through, it is temporary. Even though it feels like it has been going on too long, it is temporary, and an end is near, okay? And a new beginning is here. Impermanence is the nature of everything, and the conscious universe has so many ideas for how to help you be fulfilled, balanced, and joyful. Ashe, Spirit. Thank you, Divine. Yes, wasn't that good? Oh, I'm sleepy, girl. All right, beautiful being. I hope that you enjoyed that message. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I wish you peace. I wish you joy. And I wish you so many blessings. Take care.